Hello, welcome back to another video. Here we are, and I know I said I wouldn't do it again. We're back on the weeklies, and I really wasn't going to do it because I know these are the only bleeding videos that I post, but I had to do it unfortunately. So here we go. So the first one is a Clubman Cup 550. It has to be a road car, it has to be professionally tuned, and it has to be from Japan. So again, brilliant. Then the second one was a Group B rally car, and we were at Sardinia Windmills. And then moving on, we had a special event in the Lamborghini Urus, which funny enough we're using on the championship as it is. Then we had to use a Vision GT car, which obviously, yeah, wouldn't want to use one of them, don't like them, but there you go. It makes you use one. And then we finish off by a Group 4 touring car. So they're the races: 100 grand, 200 grand, 500 grand. So here we are then, first race back to get underway. As you can see, it's raining, and as you can see, we've gone for the Fast and the Furious Paul Walker livery there in the Supra. I really do like that, so thank you to whoever done that. And also, yeah, don't mind Fast and the Furious, especially the first ones. I think it opened up the scene to a lot of people. But anyway, let's get back to this race. So raining, didn't know it was going to be raining. You can't pit here, so yeah. Took me by surprise. I had to do it a couple of times because I didn't realise that you couldn't change tyres or anything. But there you go. So not too bad. Again, going really wide. We're at Fuji, as you can see, and I think it's Fuji long, so it's got the horrible chicane at the end. But there you go. So weeklies, I know I prattle on about them enough, but they are really good. There's no two ways about it. They are brilliant. You know, would I be using this car? No. The other thing that it's really good for, which I don't know if I've mentioned before, is if you're going to do a race at Fuji, this is really good because obviously I'm against the AI here, so ideally I don't want to hit these cars, but if I do hit these cars, it's not the end of the world. But the beauty of that is it gives you a good way of overtaking cars. It helps you to learn, you know, can I go up the inside here? Can I go around the outside here? It just gives you an idea of what people are going to do, and it gives you a better idea of space and what you can do. So they are quite worth doing, and I really enjoyed this car. We're going to go to the in-car view as always, and as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing as we come to expect with this game. So these weeklies, if you don't know, they come every Friday night, and they change, and you get 5 races, and you get different rewards. This week it's 100,000 for one event, 250,000 for 3 events, and if you do all of them, you get 500,000 plus the money for doing the races. Plus sometimes there are boats in there. The rain is starting to come down now as we come down that long straight around turn 1 there. And yeah, we'll come back out again to the view, and you can see the water is getting a lot worse now. The rain's getting a lot worse because you can see the spray coming off from the car. As you can see, we have pulled out a bit of a lead to the cars there. Obviously that will happen because they're AI. Depending on how good you are going to obviously pull away. But anyway, absolutely loved it. Loved every single one of these races, bar one, which I will mention when we get there, and that was obviously the VGT. But I will mention that, as I say, when we get there, so don't worry about that for now. Right, I think we're going to wrap this one up then and go on to the next race. So, the next race, I believe, is a Group B rally cars. Now, there wasn't any restrictions. You could use any one. So there we go, moved off to rallying. We're in the passenger seat, and we are in the Audi Quattro. Obviously a legend car in the rally world. I don't need to tell you anything about it, because if anyone knows anything about rallying, they should know about the Audi Quattro. Yeah, again, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The off-road tracks on Gran Turismo are abysmal. I don't actually mean the tracks themselves, I mean the off-road side of it. It just doesn't work. I don't know why they do it. It's just not very good, is it? But having said that, as we have an almighty crash. Having said that, it's good once in a while to do something different. I'd never do, you know, a 50 lap race here or have a mega championship here, but obviously, as you know, I do my Monday nights. It's good to have the odd race. We're currently doing a Lamborghini Euros Championship, and I believe we've got an off-road track off of that, but it's only 5 laps, something like that. So it's not something I ever take too seriously, and as you can see, I'm just absolutely herring it around here. However, what I would say on the weeklies, they've made me do this. So would I have used an Audi Quattro this week? No, I wouldn't. So once again, thank you, because I've had the opportunity to use an Audi Quattro. Right, we're going to leave that there. We're going to move on. The Lamborghini Euros. Here we go. At one of the Togos. Don't know which one. They're all the same to me. I don't like any of them. But there you go. We're in the Lamborghini. Now this is funny because if you follow our channel, we're actually using this car at the moment in the championship. But again, what I was going to say was, this is not a car I'd do a 10-week championship in. You know, people get very bored of that. So I think we're doing 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's a very quick, short championship. Just to use that you wouldn't normally use. Obviously, it's the 4-wheel drive SUV from Lamborghini, and it's got a brand new. And it's not a car you would race, is it? But that's the beauty, I think, of computer games. You can race a car that you wouldn't necessarily race. And once again, weeklies are getting me to use this car. Would I have used it? No, other than we're doing a championship. If I wasn't doing a championship, I wouldn't use the car, would I? So, a brilliant use of the weeklies. And I must say, and I know I've said this before, whoever picks these weeklies should get a pay rise or be promoted, because I don't know who picks them, but every week they are really good. They're different and they're good. And I don't know why the dailies are not like that. The daily races, which I will come to, I want to touch on this video, that's something I want to do for the channel, but the weekly challenge, whatever you want to call it, absolutely amazing. And every week there's not been a rubbish week yet, which is why I keep posting the videos. Not been a rubbish week yet. Right, we're going to quickly move on. Now this is the worst one, VGT, as you can see. Can't stand these cars in any way. They're all automatic. They're very, very quick. They've got lots of downforce, but they're very hard. They're not, they're not real cars. So it's really hard to sort of quantify what you're supposed to be doing as we're going to come flying off here, because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know grip level. However, what I would quickly say on VGTs is that, again, we don't use them enough, but this makes us use them. But I suppose if you got into the VGT cars, and you do like VGT cars, if you've done a serious championship, I suspect you would get good. Later on in the race, I was getting better because I was getting used to the cars. But I'm going to leave that there. They're not for me. But again, I'm glad they're in the game, and I'm glad I had to use them this week. Right, we're moving on to the final one now. And as you can see, we're in our Group 4. We're in the Corvette. It's because it's been picked as my manufacturer. So I thought, why not? Let's give it its first run. So we're giving the old Group 4 a bit of a test here. We're at Dragon Trail Gardens Reversed, I believe. And this was a 10-lap race, so you have got a few of the tyres. But what was interesting here is, you'll find out in a minute. I'll come back to that. But yeah, so typical Group 4 thing. And as I was saying earlier, it's really good to learn your lines and to learn where everybody's braking and what lines people take. So really enjoyed this race. Don't mind Dragon Trail Gardens. Not done it for a long time, to be fair. So that needs to make a reappearance on the channel, which I'm sure it will at some point. But yes, an interesting thing did happen in this race, and I wasn't aware of it, but it started to rain. Now, I did not know you could have rain at Dragon Trail. I don't think I've ever seen it before. I don't know if we'll see it in the race, but it absolutely started raining. It didn't hammer down, admittedly. It was spitting, but there was spray on the track, and it went up to sort of intermediate sort of tyres just below. And I say, I've never seen that before. If you've seen it before here, then please let me know in the comments, and maybe it's something I've missed. But yeah, I've never seen it rain here, but it did. So there you go. But anyway, really enjoyed the weeklies, as always. But let's just quickly touch on what I just said a bit earlier about the dailies. What I'm going to do, I know the sort of channels, it's not getting a bit stale, but our championships this year have been better, but because of that there's been less content because the quality is better. So what I want to try and do is I want to try and improve my driving rating. Now, it carried over from GT Sport. I've done a few races, went down I think to a DS. I did a couple and I've gone up to a CS. I've always been a B, so obviously we definitely want to get a B, but I wonder if we can get to A or A+. The only way of doing that is by pounding the dailies, and I will do that, and I will document it and do some videos. The trouble is I will only do it on a week where I like the tracks. I'm not going to spend hours doing it on tracks I hate. So yeah, that will only happen when it's a track I like. So watch out for that, that will come up on the channel soon. Anyway, thanks for watching, as always. And what I'm just going to tag on the end here is we'll collect all our rewards. So we're just going to wrap this up now. As you can see, we did make it to first place in Dragon Trail in the end. And I'm just going to skip on now. Okay, so there you go. Let's go into the garage and let's quickly collect our rewards. So that took me just under an hour. So we've got a 4-star ticket there for doing our daily mileage. So what we're going to get for that, probably, what we got there, coins, middle coins I reckon. There we go. So I don't know what that is. What's that? Will you tell us quickly? There we go, 10 grand. Okay, so the second reward is 100 grand, so we'll have that. And the third reward is 200 grand, so we'll have that. And the last one is 500 grand, so we'll have that. Just takes over the 20 million. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, that took about 49 minutes. So yeah, all good for a very quick bit of time. Thanks for watching as always. Hit the like if you liked it, and I'll see you soon.